and welcome to day 5, Friday, of our writing lessons for this week. And I'm realising as I'm saying this, this is our last writing lesson video of this period of home learning, this lockdown. Because on Monday you're going to be back in school, thank goodness, with a real life teacher teaching you your writing lesson, helping you when you're stuck, answering questions when you've got them. I'm sure you're really looking forward to it, and I know we are too here in school. So your last nasty writing task for your home learning, semicolons, something you've talked about before. In year 6 we can use semicolons sometimes to join two sentences that are linked in topics, so they're about the same thing. We should not use a comma to do that. So you can have two sentences with a full stop to separate them, or you can connect them, can't you, using a conjunction. Well done. And I saw a wubub or a fanboy. But you don't use a comma to join two sentences together. So in your nasty writing today, write a couple of sentences that are connected by semicolons. And I thought you could just write about anything that you've done outside of school this week. Now it's been a bit nicer weather this week, hasn't it? A bit more like spring. And I know for me, I love going and walking on the low tide on the beach. I'm lucky enough to live quite close to the beach. And I love walking along the low tide, along the wet sand, in the rock pools, in my wellies after work. Especially when the sun's setting, it's beautiful. So I thought I'd write two sentences about that. So I'm going to start off with saying when I do that. In the evening, I love walking along the beach at low tide. I could say in my wellies as well, couldn't I? At low tide. And I love looking at all the sea life in the rock pools. It's really interesting. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Oops. Looking at all the sea life in the rock pools. In the rock pools. So where's my semicolon going to go? It's going to separate my two sentences. In the evening, I love walking along the beach at low tide. It's fascinating. Oh, it's there. So full stop, above the line, comma, below, as normal. It's fascinating to see all the sea life in the rock pools. So another thing that people do sometimes is they have a comma, or sometimes they have nothing. They just have sentences like this. Stream of consciousness. So make sure you read it out loud and listen for where you need your semicolon. Okay, so yesterday you may have been finishing writing your persuasive leaflet and doing a little bit of editing, or you might have spent the whole lesson proofreading and editing your writing. Today we're going to create and publish our leaflet. So if you can find a blank sheet of A4 paper at home, you're just going to fold it into 3 to make a leaflet. So you probably would do it with maybe with a ruler to make sure, but if you do it like this and just make sure that the parts are more or less equal. This might not be very good because I would normally do it on a flat surface. Let me just, well, mine's not the best, guys, because I would normally do this on a flat surface to get the 3 parts of the paper equal. But now this will be the front of my leaflet, this will be the back, and then when I open it up, here's the inside of my leaflet. So if you've got a blank sheet of A4 paper at home, you can create your leaflet like that. If you haven't, you could also use a lined piece of paper. Maybe you could take it out of the exercise book you're using for your home learning, or from another notebook. You could even, it's not so easy to use a piece of recycled paper, is it? Because you'll end up with things on the back. So a piece of lined paper works well as well. So fold it in 3 to make your leaflet. And before you start writing, make sure you think carefully about what you're going to have on each page of the leaflet. So I would suggest that on the front here, this will be your front cover, and you need to think about what you want on the front cover. So maybe you're going to have the Chesswood logo and it says welcome to Chesswood. You don't have to have any more writing, but you might have planned to have a couple of sentences welcoming children to the school. So that will be your front cover. This will be the back of your leaflet. So what are you going to have on the back? Maybe you'll have another picture. I'll tell you more about pictures in a minute. Another picture or photo, and just maybe a little brief message about hoping to see them soon at Chesswood. And then you need to decide where to put your 4 paragraphs. So there are 6 pages in total. We've got our front and our back. Think about what you're going to have there. And then your 4 paragraphs could go like this, couldn't they? They could go 1, 2, 3. Oops, hang on. 4. So you've got 4 pages, a front cover and a back cover. So do think about that before you start writing, because otherwise you have to keep starting again, because you just start writing your first paragraph here and then go, oh no, that's my front cover. Or you start writing the 3rd paragraph here and think, oh no, that doesn't work, now that's on the back. So make sure you just think about that before you start writing. Maybe in pencil, just write front, back, and then have 1, 2, 3, 4, just in pencil so you remember. Yeah, so I think I've covered all of that information there. So I am going to put a page of photographs up onto the daily learning page for today. So if you have a printer at home, you could print out those photos and then cut out and stick in any of the photos that you want that are connected to your writing. If you can't print out the photos at home, just leave a space for the picture or the photo. And then when you come back to school on Monday, bring your leaflet with you and we'll have some printed out in school for you and you can stick them onto your leaflet in school. So you can still have a look at them on the daily learning page and think, yeah, on the front page I want a picture of the Chesswood logo. On this page, because I'm writing about facilities, I want a picture of Mrs. Cossins in the music room with children playing instruments. On this page, I want a picture of the Christmas fair, because I'm talking about the Chesswood community. On this page, I'm going to put a picture of a sports day, for example. On this page, I'm going to have a picture of the Chesswood playground with children out at playtime in the sunshine. So you can still look at the pictures on the website and just leave a space for them. What I've said here is that leave about this much space. So at least this much space. If you leave more, it's fine. But at least 7 centimetres this way, 7 centimetres this way, and 6 centimetres this way. And then you should be able to stick a picture in there. Okay? You're welcome if you want to, obviously, to draw some very faint pencil lines for your writing, if you find that your writing goes all wonky when you write on plain paper. Or you can always try getting a piece of lined paper from your exercise book and putting it underneath the paper so that you've got guidelines to write on like we sometimes use in school. Okay, I think that's everything I need to say today. So it's a bit of a shorter lesson today for the last day. Yay, you're all thinking, thank goodness for that. Have a go with that today, try your best. The most important thing about this week is that you do the writing. So if you don't get to finish your leaflet, don't be too disappointed. You could still bring it to school to show your teacher on Monday, and it might be that you might have some time during the week, maybe when the teacher's reading the class novel, where you could have a go at finishing it, and hopefully you'd have finished your writing, but you could sort of finish some of the decoration or sticking the photos on, things like that. Okay, so have fun with it today. Remember, we'd like to try and use some of the best ones if we can to actually print them out and give them out to children when they come to look around Chesswood. I think it's really nice for them to have the point of view of a pupil who's been at Chesswood for 3 or 4 years already. Okay, well, goodbye. Have a lovely day today, have a lovely weekend, and I'm so excited to see you all back in school on Monday. Bye!